Well, switching gears now, a historic downtown Parkersburg building is getting new life, now reopening as Meridian Flats, an upscale apartment complex. The renovation required a complete overhaul. Owner of the building, Miranda Dunn, kept the original layout, 8 one-bedroom, one-bath units, while modernizing every aspect of the building. She says the goal is to add more housing options downtown, where leaders have long talked about bringing more people to live and spend time near the city center. Dunn says the building's history is part of what made it worth saving. She also says many others considered tearing it down, but she wanted to preserve what makes it unique. She could see the potential the moment she stepped inside. Dunn says it had character even after years of damage and neglect. And she says that's what pushed her to restore it instead of starting over.
Everything was taken down to the studs. So the only thing that was left on either building were, just the shell. It was incredibly dilapidated. There had been pigeons living in here, holes in the floor. The ceiling was collapsing. A lot of water damage. Just many years of neglect. But when we walked in, it also had such character and such charm.
Dunn says the apartments are designed to feel more boutique, with details meant to match the era of the building, but with modern touches. The property also includes a small cottage next door, which Dunn hopes can eventually become a business that adds to downtown life. She says the apartments are now available for rent through Silver Hills Property Management. The official ribbon cutting and open house is set for Wednesday at noon. Dunn says it's a chance for the public to see the renovations up close and for potential renters to get a feel for the space.